Gazelle here from the Michael Rock Show. I'm here with Councilman Ian Abreu. He is the treasurer of the feast this year, and of course,
how are you, Chris? Good to see you.
Very well. Good to see you, my friend.
Thanks for having me.
And you know we're talking about the one and only Madeiran feast, the Feast of the Blessed Sacrament, 2018, and this is at 104.
104 years we've been putting this on. It's unbelievable, but we're here. God willing, great weekend of weather ahead of us, and we, as you can see, you'll see later on our tour.
Yep.
Everyone's getting ready to go.
So we're going to give you an in-depth, behind-the-scenes look. This is a day before. Thursday is
the
day, and we got Friday, and we got Saturday and Sunday. And if you're worried about the entertainment, put it to rest. Guarantee you, we'll give you all the info on that too. But first, we're at 88 Tinkham Street. This is the Madeiran Feast grounds, and we're going to give you a little tour so you can see what we have planned for this year.
Come on.
I'm going to tell you, since I was 21 years old, I've come here religiously.
Yep.
If I didn't do all 3-4 days, I was at least here once, at least minimum. And we have the stage right here behind
there,
me.
yep.
But what's underneath?
Underneath are supplies. It's not really the sexy part of the feast, but come on down. Let's take a look at what we have.
We're going into the bellows of the feast right now.
This is the inner workings of the largest Portuguese feast in the world. The inner workings right here. This is everything. These are our tools, our extra supplies, and we have another supply closet right next door. This is where stuff gets stored. This is where we get to work. We're right underneath the main stage. So literally, Queensryche will be playing right on top where Chris and I are tomorrow. They're going to be standing right here. It's pretty cool.
So, of course, Queensryche, that's going to be our Thursday night premiere band coming in here and to kick off the feast, of course. So this is a supply closet where you use everything to, raise and then, of course, take down
This
the
is
feast.
it.
Excellent, excellent. All right, let's move on.
Let's move on.
Well, of course, like everybody knows, the biggest stars, the biggest entertainment, the hot topics of the night are going to be here on stage one of the feast grounds. And nobody really gets to see what goes on before. Everybody just shows up, and the lighting and the sound and everything else is already good to go.
Magically, it happens.
Magically, it happens. And you guys brought in a marathon?
Marathon sound, yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And these guys are professionals. Like, these are the elite sound engineers and the light engineers. And wait till you see how much equipment really goes on behind it. We'll take like a little walk. We don't want to get in their way. We know that they're busy here.
All the lighting right here for the stage. All the great sound equipment.
Of course, all the guys how to work. Hey, give us a good wave, guys. There we go. So these guys know what they're doing. We clearly don't. That's why
we have to get out of their way.
We got to get out of their way. And yeah, so this is what it looks like when you're actually up here on the stage. And I know 2 years ago I was up here on a Sunday night, and I looked out. You guys had over 10,000 people. It was a sea of people. What a sight! So we're hoping for another year just like that.
Just
again.
imagine tomorrow night, Thursday night, standing on this stage. You're not going to see any open spots at all.
Absolutely not.
From the front all the way to the back wall onto the street.
Yep, so you got a bird's eye view of what the bands, the artists, the local talent, and the MC gets to see, Thursday through Sunday here at the feast. So, of course, one of our first stops here on the feast grounds, we are going to head into one of the main dining rooms at the main pavilion here.
Yep.
And, of course, if you see what we got here on the menu, rabbit, delish, codfish, you got your bacalhau, of course, everything from goat, stew meat, pork butts, marinated tuna, marinated pork, roast beef, chicken, and this is cooked here.
On site, this is the traditional Portuguese Madeiran food. Of course, we have all the other great food throughout the grounds, but if you want a real, authentic Portuguese dining experience, you have to come in. You've got to try the food. Come on in. Let me show you around.
All right, excellent. Maybe there'll be some bacalhau in the back.
Maybe, who knows? Come on down. You see right here, this is the main dining area where folks can enjoy a nice, quiet meal. And I'm sure Gazelle will be spending some time in here on his break.
In which case, it won't be too quiet, but for the most part, yes.
Come on in. I'll show you our cooks hard at work. This is the main buffet area where they'll get their food right here.
So basically, I'm at the end here. You take your plate and your tray and you slide on down.
Just like high school, right?
Just like high school, a la carte style.
Come on in.
Well, I guess a pop 6 ready to go. I'm curious to know how many pops get sold in one weekend.
Too many to count.
Too many to count. So here we're in the kitchen, and obviously this is where they prep all of the meat, whether it's the rabbit, you know, the cod, chicken.
We have world-renowned chefs, and I'm not kidding, world-renowned chefs who own restaurants, who run restaurants, who come here to cook for these 4 days, really throughout the entire week, getting all the food prepped. You can see them doing the work right now.
So we do have 4 stages here on the feast grounds. You're looking at stage 2, which I'm going to be on stage 2 and stage 1 emceeing for the most part, and then we'll make our way down to the back where you can find stage 3 and 4. Exactly. If you're wondering where stage 2 is, it's probably one of my favorites besides the main stage because of where it's located. And if you kind of, you know, let's take a little walk over here.
Look at this, folks.
Would you look at it? Look at this right here. Fresh malasadas, all right? And I heard through the grapevine that there's not going to be just one.
There's 2.
There's going to be 2
and
of
we'll
these
show
this
you what
year.
that is too.
That way, you know, because we know the line's going to be long, and we need to move that along. We need to give the people what they want.
And they want malasadas. Fresh, hot malasadas.
So of course, you know, while we are here over the weekend, Thursday and Friday, we're bound to have a few hot days. And when I'm not at the Madeiran wine, you know, the main hut over there,
the Santana
House. We got this little frozen place here, which the concoctions are insane. I know that one year they had the frozen lime-a-ritas and things like that.
And we've got it again. We have frozen coconut ritas. There's the menu right there. We have mudslides and imported beers.
Oh, awesome. So if you are looking for something, you know, besides the wine and you wanted maybe a little bit of a sweet treat, frozen sweet treat, this is definitely the stand to stop by for sure. So of course, one of the main events, not including the main stage, is the Madeiran House, which is also known as the Santana House.
Santana House.
And here is Steve Pixoto. He's on the board of the feast committee, and also you have some roots here.
I do. My grandfather was one of the founding fathers of our club, of our feast. One of the original 4 mayonnaise was my grandfather.
So Steve tells me that this was originally going to be a souvenir house that not a lot of people know, and they decided that...
It was just way too nice for a souvenir stand. We decided to put the Madeira wine, which is our crown jewel of the feast. We put it in a crown jewel of our building. So we put it right in the middle of the field, accessible for everybody.
All right.
And that's become the Madeira wine stand.
So 2002, this thing's been standing here for about 16 years, you know, and everybody flocks to it. That's where the Madeiran wine is. So now I know that you can get Madeiran wine throughout the entire feast grounds. I mean, there are booths here, there, and there. But wouldn't you say it's the most popular place?
This is like the anchor of the Madeira wine stand. This is actually, the Santana House is a replica of houses in Santana, in Madeira, that are little tiny huts up in the village of Santana. And they all look like this, so it's kind of a replica. So yeah, everybody knows, meet at the wine stand. This is it right here.
And you're going to be working it this weekend?
My family's been working the wine stand since probably for about 40 years or so.
Well, if you want a delicious cup, or you get, what is it? It's a shot or a cup?
It's a 3 ounce, or you can have an 8 ounce. But generally, it's not. Yeah, you don't drink it as a shot. You sip it. It's a dessert wine, so you enjoy it. It's the nectar of the gods.
Absolutely. So come see Steve. So we're down here. This is the main. This is where all the magic happens. All the meat is cooked down here. Ian, I want the 101 on the cottage spit. Is that what we call this?
Cottage spit, that's it right here. This is the pit right here. You see the gentleman cooking it right now. Isn't it beautiful? They can go right over there. That's where they get it. That window right there.
So I don't have to bring my own meat. I can just come down here. I can purchase the meat there. All the seasoning is going to be available for you.
Bring your own meat. We have it all right here for you.
And I guarantee you it's going to be some of the best, juiciest, tenderest meat you'll ever have.
Sample some right now. Go ahead.
I'll be right back. I got to take some of this meat. All right. You promised us we were going to be able to eat while we were here, and some fresh, hot kind of spit.
Well, before we serve it to the general public, Gazelle, we have to taste test, correct?
Well, I mean, I'm always down for a taste test, so...
Cheers.
Cheers to you, my friend.
And?
Yeah. If you only knew the seasoning that they put on this. Wow. It's like juicy. Now that's good meat right there. It's cooked perfectly. I'm gonna have another one. Well, I knew it was gonna happen. We're walking through, we're doing a tour. We ran into the feast president himself, Arthur Agrella. Hey, thanks for having us here.
Hey, man.
We're showing everybody a little behind the scenes before tomorrow night.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. So how have things been, transitionally wise, setting things up?
We're at the final stages now, just a final cleanup around the stands, some last minute items that are left, that don't belong where they are. We have a dinner for everybody in the city and the helpers that have helped us out over the last week and a half, 2 weeks. And from there, we're going to start stocking the stands with the liquor and the wine, and we'll be ready to go 6 o'clock.
Yeah, so it's a lot of work. Trust me, just by looking here, I've always shown up at the feast and everything's been ready to go. I've never got to see what goes into it, the work. So you really got to appreciate it. And also, that's great. So you guys are feeding all the volunteers and everybody's helped out.
All the city officials that helped out with permitting, and we have some handicap access curbings. I don't know if you've seen that.
I did,
we have that. We got some safety ballards in place, and all these gentlemen and that work for the city put that up. And right now, it's just a nice hard perimeter so that everybody can have a safe and fun feast.
So last but not least, we are here. I have to ask you, before we open up the feast grounds, is there any chance we'd be able to sample and sip on a little bit of Madeira wine?
For you, no problem.
Thank you, sir.
Right over
Over to
there.
God. All right, let's go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much it, and we want to thank the Feast Committee. Ian, thank you for showing us around.
Thank you.
President Arthur, Vice President Lou, thank you for having us here.
Come down to our new 10 area.
That's
Join
it.
the new bar.
It's the 104th annual Feast of the Sacrament, the Madeira Feast, here in New Bedford, Thursday through Sunday. We'll see you there.
Cheers.
Gentlemen, cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.